My pod died. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, I'm in a different spot. Actually, I'm inside now. But as I was saying, it's just how I would feel. I can go on and on about how it makes me feel and why ultimately it does. So, as I was saying, I don't really like dealing with the general populace. I'm pretty much an introvert. I like being social. But generally I'm not that much of a social person. I have to be comfortable. People who actually know me is like, Joe, I've never once seen you be uncomfortable. Yeah, but that's because I hide the fact. Or, sometimes I just feel sociable. 90% of the time, I'm not, really. I really interact with people outside of my house, for the most part. It's just me, actually. And I've been like that for years. And there's really no way I can comfortably say it, but marijuana just eases, call it social anxiety. But I hate being in large groups of people. That's me, unless I'm with, say, my brother or my buddies. um, Even in high school, I wasn't much of a big party or anything like that. I wasn't much for any of that kind of stuff. And I still am not. It's not that I don't know how to act in those types of situations. It's just, I don't like being in them. I feel anxious. I can kind of control it for a little bit, but for most of the time, I'm just not a big fan of those types of situations and interactions. I've been like that for years. And, it's just how I am. And smoking weed, marijuana, and taking marijuana into my body just kind of helps me interact more normal, I should say. And it helps ease me into doing all that stuff. But honestly, it's just what makes me happy. That's what it comes down to. And if for people that don't, I'm one of those types of people that I'm all for whatever. It's for you to do whatever makes you happy, as long as you're not harming someone else. As long as you're not harming anybody else in the process. And honestly, my views on stuff like that, I don't care if you do meth, fucking chew up heroin, I don't care. Whatever makes you fucking happy and able to get up out of bed at night, or in the mornings and shit. Honestly, go for it, That's what I've been like all my life. I've never really, I wouldn't do it myself, and I'm not really judgmental about people that do what they're most happy about. And, one thing I've always had is people judge me for doing stuff that makes me happy. And it comes down to, I've never really understood why people do that. I don't do it to anybody else, but more times than not, I get it done to me quite a bit. Sounds like I'm bitching, but I'm not. It's just, that's just what I feel would make me happy, and based on my theories, what would make me happy. And honestly, I don't care how much I get paid for, as long as I can pay my bills, and make a sensible living off of it. Honestly, I don't care, honestly. And that's what I want to do with my life. Is I want to grow, sell, be a part of all that process, man. That's exactly what I want to do. And I've never, I've told my family, my mom, and my brother Trevor knows, and my little brother. They're all supportive of it. And hell, my brother, who just turned 19, once he's able to, he wants to go. He wants to do the same shit I do. Our interest just happen to be aligned in that aspect. And like I said, I don't judge people based on what they do or what makes them happy. I sometimes I question why they would do that, but that's because I don't understand it. In a way, I don't understand why someone would want to do something similar to heroin or crack. Well, that's just me. Um, I wouldn't want to do that, but I'm not gonna judge someone because they do it. I'm not gonna say, well, they're any worse than I am, unless they've done something of the nature of, to harm someone else. Like I said, as long as you don't harm someone else, why does it fucking matter? And to me, I've studied it. Like I said, a lot. If I were to study like I did weed in school, I would have been a straight A student. I could have gotten, probably, I could have done something with my life. But, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life once I get to it. Once I'm able to do it. I asked my mom how she would feel about it, and she's like, "You're how old? As long, I really don't care as long as it makes you happy." And she's like, "There's really nothing I can say to deter you from it because you know more about that than I do." Pretty much what my mom said. And she's like, "I trust in my and your grandma's." Pretty much my mom's like, "I trust in how you were raised." She's like, she knows how, I was raised. My grandma and her raised me. I've had plenty of grandmas. I've had two grandmas kind of raise me. I've had my mom raise me. And, my mom trusts in the way I was raised. And she knows I would never do anything to hurt myself or anybody, and I would never do something that would harm myself or anybody else in the process. So she's like, it's a job. And if it's something makes you happy, do it. Go for it. My mom's always been like that. My mom's always been supportive. And that's something not a whole lot of people can say about their parents and stuff like that. And that's something that people need. I mean, my mom's always been supportive in whatever I've done, whatever I will do. She's always been like that. And it's really cool. So, that's kind of what I want to do with the rest of my life. And I really haven't told a whole lot of people what I want to do. My close friends kind of know what I want to do. But not a whole lot of people. Why? Because I was literally... It's not that I was scared. It's just I didn't want to be judged. Because, I know it's going to be happening. And I know I get judged a lot more than I think. But it's just... I have people that view that not as good. But honestly, if they like me for me, they like who I am, then it shouldn't matter what I do, as long as they know that I'm not a bad person. And that's how people should be. They shouldn't judge you based on what you want to do, or they should judge you based on your character. And I know 90% of the people that know me know that I have a really good character and I'm a really good person. And for the longest time, I was really, when I was younger and shit, didn't know jack shit about the world. And I cared a lot about how people viewed me and how I looked towards other people. And honestly, a lot of people don't matter. That's how it is, and that's how it should be. But it's not. A whole lot of people care about what people think. And honestly, that's not the right way to be. And it's not that I stopped caring about what people thought of me or anything. It's just they became less significant in how I thought about myself and what would make me happy. Because you gotta stop looking at what other people would think that make you happy and start doing what makes you fucking happy. And that's what would make me happy. So, and I did all this based on this theory that I had. I've had this theory for a long time, and I sat down, and looked at it, and used that theory to kind of figure out where I'd be the most happy based on what I got from looking deep on it, and that's why I came up with the theory. It's not that hard. It's that theory. It's based on the choices you've made and how you'd feel about them, and how you feel, and it's not a way to. It's basically a way to gauge your life yourself, and that's what I did. And I'm just kind of rambling on. But thank you guys for tuning in and listening. If you guys have any comments or anything, leave them down, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, love, cheese, and skeet. Or, well, how's the saying go? It goes, peace, cheese, peace, love, and cheese. You guys know the saying I'm talking about. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. And peace. Deuces.